generosity, we were able to raise $12,702,000. Thank you. Extraordinary. You know, a lot of things happened today. A young girl went to an after-school program, a safe place where she had a positive role model that meant a lot to her. A man who was hungry went to a community kitchen, Knight's Table, Eden Food Bank, and learned how to cook a healthy, delicious meal and got to talk to people that he cares about and who are his friends. A single mother and her children were able to escape an abusive relationship. And an individual suffering from mental illness was able to talk to someone and get over the shame, the stigma associated with mental illness. These, like so many others, are happening every day, and they're transforming our community into a better place, one person at a time. And do you know why these things happen? It's because of you. For as long as I've been part of this United Way family, one thing has stood out about the people who live and work in Brampton, Caledon, and Mississauga. You care about your community. You take care of your home. Because of your giving, your volunteering, and your acting, you are able to create these kinds of opportunities for a better life for so many people in Peel. Together, we're changing people's lives. We're influencing policy change that will make it easier for people to access services. And none of this is possible without you. And for that, I want to say a sincere thank you. Thank you to our donors for your generosity and for your confidence that the United Way will invest your donations wisely in areas that will result in enduring and meaningful and measurable change for our community. And thank you to our over 2,000 volunteers who do an extraordinary job of connecting with new community partners and maintaining strong relationships with our agencies and labor and our most loyal donors. Your commitment as community builders and partners and contributors is helping us to build a stronger Peel. Your hard work has resulted in an incredible total, $12.7 million, that will allow United Way to make another significant investment in our local community and our sector. But I'm not going to stand here and tell you that everything in Peel is perfect, because it's not. The agency partners here can tell you the fact is there's still tremendous need in our community, which creates gaps and waiting lists. Research from the University of Toronto confirms that since 1980, the region of Peel has increasingly moved from middle-class suburbia to income extremes. Our community services for the poor are stretched way beyond their limits. And these gaps are threatening to undermine the long-term health and vitality of Brampton, Caledon, and Mississauga. We need to create more access to programs and services in a community that is evolving and growing and that has complex issues like ours. And at this moment, we find ourselves at a tipping point. And the question is, are we going to face it, or are we going to ignore it? United Way has made an obligation to this community, to the people struggling and to those who are vulnerable. We promised that we would help to build the social service capacity of this community and help move people from poverty to possibility. And I'm here, standing here telling you, we are not going to back away from that promise. After all, we're in the business of hope. That's who we are. And as long as there's an opportunity to give hope to another individual who's struggling, United Way will work hard to restore and strengthen that promise to our residents. When I look at this number, I'm not discouraged. Raising $12.7 million in 5 months is an amazing accomplishment. And we got to this point together with all of you. So, as we celebrate tonight, please know the hard work is far from over. Our work actually never ends. We've already started to implement initiatives to close the gap, and we're going to continue to work with our agency partners and develop strategies to optimize the funds that we've raised to meet the needs of our residents and their clients. We know that our investment in our community now is small compared to the price that we will pay later if we don't. There'll be higher rates of family breakdown, unemployment, school dropout rates, incarceration, and increased demand for social services. We know where we want to be, and what's more, we know how to get there. We're called United Way for a reason. Through the unification of everyone's caring power, we are strengthening this community and bringing people out of poverty. Our business is community development and social change, but our strength is people. And we know the potential that Peel has to be a place where everyone can thrive. And that potential sits in this room. It sits in workplaces, boardrooms, and factory floors. It sits with our agency partners. And the success we have together is determined by the strength of our resolve to build a community that we are proud to call home. So whether you're standing on a stage or sitting in a classroom or behind a desk, you have the ability to affect positive and lasting change. So please, 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 join us as we change this story for Peel.